Appearances are deceptive. So before you judge anyone, pause a moment to reflect. Many years ago, when I was still a young graduate on the street of Accra trying to find a job, I took a taxi for an interview. Three of us were stuck on the back seat. And as the journey progressed, the lady in the middle asked the young man to the left how much we were paying for our transport. Now the young man turned, gave the lady a very hard gaze, and turned back without saying a word. Now that was back in 2016. I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, what did the young man just do? If you don't have an answer, just say, I don't. Of course, I didn't know he was not a driver. And I'm thinking, well, what you also did is un-Ghanaian, is un-gentleman, is mean. You could just have told her, I don't know. So the first thought that came into my mind was to tell him what I felt. But then I thought, well, I was going for an interview. I was a young man trying to find a job. I'm a Christian as well. I'm thinking, well, I didn't want to have any bad record of a brawl on me because I needed God's favor and I didn't want to provoke God. For a moment, I thought I wouldn't do anything. But as the journey progressed, the issue began to boil inside me. And so all of a sudden, I jerked a cam at the young man and told him what he just did was ungentleman, he was mean, and who do you think you are? Now the young man jerked his neck towards me, gave me a look, and then turned back, said nothing. I'm sitting there and I'm wondering, what is he thinking? What is he thinking? He's not even saying anything. All of a sudden, the taxi driver and the lady who was sitting in front paused their conversation. The taxi driver jerked his neck briefly towards us and asked, what's happening? No one said anything. There was a bit of silence in the taxi for a while, and then all of a sudden, the young man turned towards me, oscillated glances between me and the lady, and took out a piece of paper from his worn-out jacket, handed the piece of paper to me, and I saw in shaky handwriting the words, "Stop at police headquarters." Now, it took me more than a couple of seconds to understand what had happened, but I finally figured it out. 4 issues were at play. 1, the young man had a hearing impairment. He had a speaking impairment. He couldn't read or write, and he didn't know where he was going. That struck me hard. Those days, I used to have a very interesting list of good and bad days of my life. I just started reading, trying to understand how the world operates, trying to learn storytelling, trying to understand generally how the world operates. So I went home straight that evening and put that experience in my bad days list. Quite recently, I'm going through my Google Drive and I saw a document clicked and opened. Then I realized it was this experience I recorded in my bad days list. And then a thought struck me back. Well, this experience could have been recorded in my best days list because it showed me lessons I would never have been able to learn from anywhere. Because after a decade, I think this experience has shown me that appearances are deceptive and that before you judge anyone, take a moment to reflect if you really know what you are doing. I think this experience has taught me as well that hasty generalizations can shame anyone. And it has also taught me that it pays to be nice because people are going through a lot out there. I really hope this makes sense to you. If you are new to my channel, my name is Edemboichi, and all I do on social media is to help people become better versions of themselves. Do remember to follow my channel, subscribe to my channel on YouTube as well, so you can be notified whenever I post new videos. I'll catch you again in my next episode.